Filipinos are known for taking to the streets. Since the EDSA revolution in 1986, mass protests have forced leaders out of power. And this is something worth celebrating. It shows that people are not afraid to speak up, to hold leaders accountable, and to demand change. That kind of collective action is healthy for democracy. It keeps alive the fire that ordinary citizens can and should make their voices heard when those in power go too far. But here's the problem. While these protests can remove abusive leaders, they don't fundamentally change the system that produces them. It's like pulling weeds out of a garden. You can tear them out when they've grown too wild, but unless you change the soil they grow in, the weeds will just come back. The reality is, in the Philippines, corruption is normalized. Everyone knows it exists, and, in a way, accepts it. It only becomes intolerable when it reaches outrageous, openly shameless levels, when corruption is so blatant, so excessive, that people can't look away anymore. That's when collective action happens. That's when people march, when governments respond, when a few officials are prosecuted or forced out. And for a moment, it feels like something has changed. But this cycle never solves the root problem. Why? Because the incentives that create corruption in the first place remain untouched. Take one example, the way legislators are elected. The Philippines uses a single-member district first-past-the-post system. This means that in each district, only one candidate wins, and they don't need a majority, just more votes than anyone else. In a crowded race, that could mean winning with as little as 20 or 30% of the vote. And how do you secure that? Not by running on ideology, not through well-defined policy platforms, and not by coordinating with a political party. You win by building a personal vote, by mobilizing networks of brokers who can deliver small blocks of voters, often through private inducements and outright vote buying. The system rewards those who can cobble together just enough support through these transactional means, rather than those who build broad, issue-based, or programmatic coalitions. Once in office, there's no accountability mechanism tied to performance. The same brokers, the same clientelist exchanges ensure you stay in power. Add to that the accepted norm of the SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. Kickbacks on public works projects, often at 10% or more. Everyone does it, the system rewards it. So what happens? Protests flare up. A few officials are scapegoated, people feel they've made their voices heard. Then life returns to normal. Hard daily lives where politics fades into the background, and politicians go back to business as usual. This cycle ensures that good politicians have little incentive to emerge, let alone survive in office. The few who do are exceptions, driven by extraordinary personal talent or conviction. But the system doesn't create them, it suffocates them. And that's why protests, while powerful, are not enough. Without fundamentally changing the institutions and norms that sustain clientelism, corruption, and vote buying, the Philippines will remain stuck in this cycle. Bad governance, weak accountability, and stalled development. In the next video, I'll talk about what it would actually take to break this cycle, and how institutional reforms, not just protests, might start to change the game.